Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with another folklore video and it's literally perfect weather for today's video, which is a super spooky one. It is so rainy outside and I'm feeling super autumnal. We're getting there, autumn is nearly upon us and spooky season, so yeah, I thought I would do a spooky folklore episode and I'm just always ready for some spooky vibes, so yeah. So today I'm going to be talking all about the haunting story of Sleepy Hollow. So to begin, where does the story of Sleepy Hollow come from? So, Washington Irving was an American short story writer, and whilst he was living in England in the UK, he wrote The Legend of Sleepy Hollow in 1820. The story incorporates folklore elements such as the mythical figure of the headless horseman, which has been a part of European folklore since the Middle Ages. So why is it called Sleepy Hollow? So Sleepy Hollow is a real town in America, in New York, which was originally called Tarrytown, but later changed to Sleepy Hollow just because of the popularity of the short story. So it is here that he lived, which was around 1798, and he was likely inspired by the local ghost stories when writing this haunting tale. So the legend of Sleepy Hollow became a lot more popular when TV and film were created depicting the haunting tale, the most popular being film directed by Tim Burton called Sleepy Hollow, that has incredible cast like Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci. So that film loosely follows the original story written by Washington Irving loosely, and it basically follows the story of a police constable that is sent to Sleepy Hollow to find out why there has been a series of brutal murders. Most of the townsfolk believe it to be the headless horseman. There are just so many twists and turns in this spooky movie, and it's just a great classic to watch in autumn Halloween time, so if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. So what is the original story written by Washington Irving? So it revolves around the main character, who is called, and I'm gonna butcher this, Ichabod Crane, who intends on wooing a female of this story who is called Katrina von Tassel, and she is the daughter of a wealthy farmer. However, there's also another man who is interested, and he's called Abraham van Brunt. So because Brunt is very angry that Crane is winning, he decides to play loads of practical jokes on him, including one autumn night at a harvest festival where he tells Crane the story of the headless horseman, a decapitated ghost of a man who died in the Revolutionary War. The horseman is supposedly buried in the churchyard in Sleepy Hollow and rises every single night in search for his missing head. However, he's supernaturally barred from crossing a nearby wooden bridge. So later on at the party, after hearing that tale, Crane decides to propose to Katrina, but she declines, and so Crane is very upset and he leaves the party and he decides to ride home on horseback. So it's on this journey that he does actually encounter the headless horseman. So he's riding for his life with this ghostly apparition very closely behind, and he eventually does come to a wooden bridge. So Crane crosses the bridge, but the headless horseman rapidly stops, rearing the horse and actually hurling his severed head, knocking Crane off his horse. So the true nature of the headless horseman and what happens to Crane in the end is ultimately up to the reader to decipher, so it is all up to interpretation. But there is a clue being in a nearby smashed jack-o'-lantern that could be used as a severed head to throw at Crane to knock him off his horse. And so a lot of people think Crane just fled terrified, which I don't blame him. I love this story because you can imagine the era. It's harvest season, it's autumn time, there's ghost stories being whispered throughout this party. Yeah, it's a great autumnal spooky story, and you can just imagine the atmosphere, fog and mist, and this headless horseman and the terror and just the whole atmosphere and everything. I love it. Is the story based on true events? Did Washington Irving gain inspiration from actual true events. Many people believe that Washington Irving was inspired by an actual soldier who was decapitated by a cannonball during the Battle of White Plains, which happened around Halloween in 1776. How insane is that? Every part of this headless horseman, it just... Coincidence? I think not. But how haunting is that happened. So, what about today? What is Sleepy Hollow like now? Well, today anyone can visit Sleepy Hollow, which is obviously very popular around autumn time and around Halloween, and anyone can go and enjoy the spookiness, enjoy the atmosphere, and enjoy the local history. You can even visit the house that Washington Irving lived in whilst he lived in then Tarrytown, now Sleepy Hollow. So what an interesting place. I mean, I would love to visit. Let me know if you'd like to visit down below. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if there's any folklore stories you would like me to cover. I have so many different types of folklore stories that I'm looking into. Something covering kind of everything basically. Let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to see. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to this haunting story. If you liked it, please give it a like, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!